All right, everyone. Hopefully you're having a good Monday night as we are getting set for the Flemdogs Auto 300 here at Charlotte Motor Speedway. Again, just about ready to get underway for tonight's action. Schedule on the docket again tonight. Getting 200 laps here at Charlotte Motor Speedway, night racing action. I'm looking forward to this one here tonight. Again, race 5 of 17 as we are getting right along through the schedule. Again, next week will be 40 laps at COTA, and 2 weeks from tonight we'll be at Richmond Raceway for 200 laps to round out October. And it's getting more and more exciting as the week goes on. Point standings, very important. Matt Fleming still your leader. Connor Rowe again for the second week in a row, the biggest mover up the chart with his win. Again, 4 weeks, 4 different winners. Will another one be crowned here tonight? You're going to find out here, right here at Casa de la Horse Boat. Again, hopefully you guys are having a good Monday as we're trying to ease the throttle into the work week. Flying high up above in the MeetInYourMount.com blimp cam. We'll slide over. Fastest in practice right now is Christian Taylor, putting work in, I should say, with a 29.88. Being the fastest lap out there right now. Brandon Meyer not far behind with a 29.89. And William Robbins with a 29.89. So everybody looking pretty sharp heading into this one. Again, 2 minutes and a little extra before we get into qualifying. We'll take a couple laps around. But again, points are heating up. We'll go back into that in just a sec. Again, Matt Fleming above on the leaderboard here for the points. Jesse Becker not far behind. Josh Larson, Andrew Lewis, Thomas Meeks, Brandon Meyer, Landon Bednars, Travis Stroney, William Robbins, and Cody Moore. Your current top 10. I'll keep that up there for a second to see if your favorite driver's on there and where they're at. Again, hopefully you know whether or not this is a strong track for your driver. And we are looking ahead into 2024. Again, a lot more to uncover as we go through this season. Again, only race 5. So we're roughly about a third of the way there as far as the season goes. Travis Stroney now taking over the top spot, being the fastest car on the track. And we going to get out to the track here shortly. And hopefully you turn it up, enjoy. Again, trying to ease in for the Flemdogs Auto 300 right here on Twitch.tv. Your home for Donut Box Cup Series racing every Monday night going into the winter and holiday season. Again, 30 seconds away, and we will get some qualifying. Notes for tonight's race. In terms of playoff points, Matt Fleming has 9, Connor Rowe has 6, Josh Larson has 6, Dylan Morante with 5, Cody Moore with 1, and Jesse Becker with 1. Again, 4 different drivers, 4 different winners this year, 4 different tracks. That makes sense. I don't know. But again, we are just mere seconds away from qualifying here at Charlotte. All right, who are we going to follow first around here? Let's find out. Oh, looks like Christian Taylor is going to be lucky number 1. And that DraftKings 96. Looking for his first win of 2024. Looking hot in that stylishly pink, black, green, orange, and white Toyota Camry. And I say orange just because of the crown, but he looks good coming out of 2. Takes that low line, Riz shreds the gnar, doing all right, gonna hold it together. Oh, and he hits the wall. All right, gonna pull that back. William Robbins going for lap number 1. We're gonna follow him around, see what he can do for his first time lap at Charlotte. Tyler Smith with a 30.06, but Travis Stroney with a 29.99 taking over the leaderboard. First lap for William Robbins is a 30.04, putting him on the front row. Gonna back her down and call her good. Landon Bednarz now comes out of turn 4. What does he have in the old back pocket? Taking it up a little high, that middle lane there, turn 1 and 2, coming out nice and smooth. Diving down to the line. Coming up out of 4 to the tri-oval. Crosses the finish line. His lap time will be a 30.27, good enough for 5th. Now let's take a look at Cody Keller in the 2. A lot of Camrys in this field tonight, as is Chevrolets. Only 2 Fords in this field tonight. That of Brandon Meyer and Steven Gurley Jr. Other notes as well, 65 laps roughly on field tonight. And it looks like Ron Blackwell and Stephen Gurley Jr. both are, looks like they are 2-lap holds at the start of the race from last week's antics. Three and four for Keller. Trying to get down a little bit. Stayed up probably about a lane and a half to a full lane. Coming out of 4 into the tri-oval. His lap time will be, looks like a 30:23. Good enough for 5th and knocking down Landon to 6th. Travis Stroney and William Robbins on your front row with Tyler Smith, Josh Larson, Cody Keller, Landon Bednarz, Garrett Bainbridge, Ivan Deschamps being your first runners. Looks like, okay, don't know what's going on there with Jesse Becker, but I will assume they're just going to rerun his stuff. Thomas Meeks in the 55 Wheels America Chevrolet. Yeah, this will be lap 1 for Thomas. See what he's got in the old tank. Gets down to that bottom line and then drifts up a little bit up and out of turn 4. Getting close to that wall. Go to the tri-oval. His lap time will be 4th fastest with a 30.10. Putting him in at the outside of row 2. Again, we got a lot of drivers here choosing not to qualify. Looks like they'll make the field. Roughly 20 drivers here tonight. As he backs out and we get back up into the meandyourmom.com blimp cam, giving you a nice high in the sky overview of Charlotte Motor Speedway. And tonight, for the Flemdogs Auto, 200 laps of sweet, sweet hot action coming your way next. As we continue on, as we get set up here for tonight's festivities, big shout out. Got Fleming on the track. Looks like he is now your new pole sitter with a 29.95. So just wanted to share that with y'all here. Next week is going to be nuts at COTA. I can only imagine what these guys got planned. To me, it looks like a lot of these guys are ready to go. I mean, we had a little bit of a rough stretch last week, I think. But overall, you know, it was a hard-fought race. A lot of these guys just trying to win. They want to win. It's competitive here. Let's turn down this music. See if we can get anybody. Just a quick, subtle interview, if we can. Flemdog Millionaire, thank you so much for that follow. Bring us to 497 and 3 away from 500. Flemdog Millionaire 88 says, let's go flagship. I'm going to pin that there. And since you follow, let's get the pole sitter. Matthew Fleming, do we have a copy?
Yes, sir, I got you.
Starting on the pole, we didn't happen to catch your lap because you went out a little later than I thought people were going. But you're on the front row, leading in points, now starting the race as your leader. How are you feeling going into tonight?
I'm excited for this race. I love Charlotte. Usually I don't come home or I don't come away with a pole. I'm usually second or third. But I love this track, so I'm super excited. I'm hoping my PC holds up. I had issues with my new PC, so I had to scrounge my old one back together. I hope it holds up for this race.
Well, you see, it seems to be holding up so far. I do wish you the best of luck, man. I'm having PC trouble too, so I don't know what it is, but we'll ride it out together, man.
Right on.
Good luck, man, and yeah, go get him.
Thank you, sir.
That was Matthew Fleming. Let's get one more. Looks like Cody Keller qualified 7th. Let's see if we can talk to him for just a quick second. Cody, you got a copy?
I do.
Cody, welcome to the program. Casa de la Horse Boat. You're starting in 7th or 8th, I do believe. Looks like 8th here tonight. Inside the top 10. A good chance for you to pick up your first win. How are you feeling?
Feeling pretty good. Just hoping to keep the car under me, keep it off the wall, and hopefully for a clean race, be there at the end.
Well, I wish you the best of luck, man, and go get him out there.
Appreciate it, sir. Thank you for all you do.
Oh, you are welcome. That was Cody Keller in the 2, kicking us off here as we are getting set for 200 laps for the Donut Box Cup Series right here on Twitch.tv. All right, let's get set for the Flemdog Auto 300 grid. There we go. Be nice to get our starting driver, but we're going to go with it. On the pole here tonight, not pictured, the 8 car of Matthew Fleming. On the outside of him, the 14 of Travis Stroney. There he is, Matthew Fleming. In third, we have William Robbins. Starting on the outside of row number 2, Brandon Meyer. The 23 of Tyler Smith and the 55 of Thomas Meeks in row number 3. Row 4, you have the 51 of Josh Larson and the 2 of Cody Keller. Row 5 is going to be the 16 of Landon Bednars and the 21 of Garrett Bainbridge. The 07 of Ivan Deschamps and the 97 of Jesse Becker round up row 6. Row 7 is going to be Stephen Gurley Jr. and the 35 of David Mayo. Row 8 is going to be the 96 of Christian Taylor and the 06 of Eddie Rose. And then you have Ben Madden, who's already getting spun by Eddie Rose, and Ron Blackwell, who they're going to hold for 2 laps. So bullshit already starting before we even get going. Green flag racing. Eddie Rose got to be a little bit more cognizant of who the hell's in front of him. That's just me talking shit. Have a good time doing it. Gonna hope you all are having a good night here. 3 away from 500. Hopefully get to do a giveaway. Classic die cast, a couple of Milwaukee Tool t-shirts and some stickers. Send you away with that just for following. Put in a randomizer, and we'll get that going. 2 Chevrolets on the front row. Matthew Fleming and the 14 of Travis Stroney. What better than a Fleming to kick off the Flemdogs Auto 300 here at Charlotte Motor Speedway for 200 laps with the Donut Box Cup Series. Fleming closes that door early, and off he goes. Again, 18 cars on the track for tonight's race. Should make this one a doozy. I do believe we have stages at lap 60, and I believe at lap 100. First lap is going to go to the 8 car. Matthew Fleming with Stroney battling back, trying to pass on the inside and going to cut back in. Fleming, Stroney, Meyer, Robbins, and Smith, your top 5. Thomas Meeks in good company with his teammate Josh Larson. Kind of has all the lanes to himself. For now, watching that top 5, giving them a little distance. They're side by side. Playing it smart is the 55. Landon Bednar's there, riding around in 9th. And then rounding out your top 10 is going to be Garrett Bainbridge. Jesse Becker, though, right there in the 97 to make a move. Right now, it's all Matthew Fleming leading the field. Yeah, Brandon Meyer riding around that 34, just overtaking there for second, trying to close that door in the Cook Ford Mustang. Very well known here at Casa de la Horse Boat as he rides in the Gears Cup Series and Gears Sprocket Series. Was the champion here this season for the Sprocket Series. Hell of a driver. Oh, looks like a couple drivers may have made contact coming out of 4, or it damn sure looked like it. Stroney and Meyer side by side for second and third. Stroney got a little wiggly there. I don't think he knew where he was or where his opposition was at that moment. It looks like all is good. He concedes second place to Brandon Meyer. Now under fire from William Robbins to the inside, with Tyler Smith right there ready to pounce. Looking a little bit further back now. Let's go across the field and see how everybody's doing. Here's the 35 of David Mayo. And that Mountain Dew Kickstart Chevrolet. Oh, nice. Hometown of Citrus Heights, California. That Kickstart machine. Ben Madden, who got into some maddening shenanigans early on and no fault of his own. Up there at 13th, so didn't keep him down too much. And then you have the Cab Kings of Ivan Deschamps and Eddie Rose, Christian Taylor, Stephen Gurley Jr., and old Ronnie B. Gotta love Ronnie B. But as you were away, it looks like Brandon Meyer has conceded second position. Now back to Travis Stroney. Stroney getting a run to the inside. Challenging yet again for that position, giving the 8 car a little business. Here we go. We have some shenanigans. I'm glad we panned back up to the front. Meyer sneaking up on that outside line, going there with Tyler Smith. Tyler Smith now catapulted up into second place. Fleming, Smith, Meyer, Stroney, and Robbins, your top 5. Looks like 34 and the 5 both hit the wall there coming out. Coming out of 4. And as these tires start to come into play, they say 65 laps on a tank of fuel should get you through to stage 1. But we will find out. Battle for third now between Stroney and Robbins. Not much of a battle here to be said right now, but Robbins has been battling with him for probably the last couple of laps to get around him. That high side served Stroney well. Fleming, Smith, Meyer, Stroney, and Robbins. That outside line just works for that 14 car. Seems to be holding them off. Robbins will come back, get back in the line. And you don't want to race people too hard. We're in stage 1 of this race. Got a long way to go. It's only 14 laps in. Got about 47 laps before the end of stage 1, so you've got a long way to go. I would imagine this would be one of the longer races of the year for these folks. In my first season with them, I'm still learning a lot of these guys. But Matthew Fleming has come up around the garage a lot as being a dominant force. Look at guys like Thomas Meeks and Josh Larson, who's competitive every week. Landon Bednar's right there. Garrett Bainbridge, Jesse Becker. A lot of drivers looking to make a name for themselves here in Donut Box Cup Series and be that dominant force everybody's trying to beat. And teammates all up in that group. Looks like Meyer will now resume second place. Not many passes or no passes at all for the lead right now. It's all been second on back. And if you're just joining us, this is the Flemdogs Auto 300 at Charlotte Motor Speedway Monday night here for the Donut Box Cup Series. I'm your host, Tom Torrey, a.k.a. the Horse Boat. Doing Mondays and Fridays. Monday night here with the awesome folks here at Donut Box, and then Friday night for Gears, which is ending pretty soon. It's just wild to think. But I love that we're getting into the middle of this. Now something to lean on here as we get into the off-season for Gears. Donut Box has been nothing short of fantastic first 4 races through. You get rough spots, but that is with every league. Doesn't matter which one I cover. Always has their rough areas, but Charlotte has been an amazing experience so far as we are 19 laps in of 200. And about 40 laps away from stage 1. Again, stage 1 is lap 60. And what I am told, their fuel cell, their load should be about 65 laps. So you should not see these guys pit unless they need tires. Stroney falling back now. He was on that front row, has moved back now to 7th. Doing the dice thing too much. But here we go, the battle for the lead. Lukewarm right now. Lukewarm? Nukewarm? What do you want to call it? Lukewarm? I don't know. Not popping right now. A pretty good segue into our first Baker Does Buzz of the evening. Sponsored by the Flemdogs Auto 300. And I think I'm going to bring you all back in from this Baker Does of the evening. I don't know if I like that name. We might have to come back to that, but it looks like I don't see Matthew Fleming. I think he might have lagged out. That is unfortunate for the Flemdogs Auto 300 sponsor. I think he sponsored this race. That is a right an interesting turn of events. As Brandon Meyer resumes the lead over William Robbins, Josh Larson, Thomas Meeks, and Jesse Becker. I don't know if he's going to be able to get back out on the track or not. As he mentioned in the pre-race show, he had to go to his old PC because he's having trouble with his new PC, and in turn is now having real trouble. Apparently he's gone. And that changes the whole outcome of this race now. William Robbins is now your leader, taking the lead away from Brandon Meyer. Teammates now up near the front, first, second, and fourth. Robbins, Larson, and Meeks. In the middle is the one of two Fords, which is Brandon Meyer. Give a big shout out to the Ford, almost like the Lone Ranger of this event. Again, these guys doing everything they can to team up and get going. Their teammate is gone and out of the race, apparently. Looks like Meeks makes the pass finally. So now it's Robbins, Larson, Meeks, Meyer, and Becker, your top five, with Tyler Smith, Cody Keller, Landon Bednar, Travis Stroni, and David. Oh my God, I found the Mayo. Teammates fighting over the top dog spot. Robbins is going to let it go to Josh Larson, and he's going to cut in line. Halfway through for stage one. Again, these guys just probably having a little bit of fun out here. All jockeying for position, all teammates. Again, they don't want to get in a wreck, though, and get those cars crinkled up. Brandon Meyer just watching it all happen patiently, it looks like. And then we see Jesse Becker, who is about 3.5 seconds away. So again, that is your fifth place car. Holding it down, and we have been green flag racing this whole way for the Flemdogs 300 at Charlotte. And it's been a fantastic time so far. Again, your pole sitter Matthew Fleming out of this race as far as I can tell. Looks like they will not return. See if I can get some clarification on that. Yeah, because I don't even see him in the team chat for Flagship Motorsports. So that definitely changes some things. L-Rob 2 showing up to show her man some love. And his teammates. Christian Taylor running around in 15th currently, battling with Landon Bednars. This is not for position, other than for bragging rights at the moment. But this is the train that is a-rolling. Josh Larson, Thomas Meeks, William Robbins, and Brandon Meyer, with Jesse Becker, your top five, Cody Keller, Tyler Smith, Landon Bednars, David Mayo, and Ben Madden rounding out your top 10. Right on board with the Nerds Machine, number 33 of Ben Madden. Again, Ben Madden holding down that 10th place position with Travis Stoney about 2 seconds behind. Again, Travis Stoney on the front row. And he's fallen back now all the way to 11th. Back up front now with Josh Larson, your leader. And teammates of Thomas Meeks and William Robbins right in tow. Brandon Meyer, again, one of 2 Fords in this field, currently the only one in the top 10, currently in 4th. Bug Boo 13 says, let's go 96 Christian Taylor. Nice to see the support out there for their driver. Whether it be husband, friend, or someone they report to. Probably all of the above. But Josh Larson getting started in 7th. Your leader now with 42 of 200 complete. Less than 20 laps to go from the end of stage 1. Right on board now with the number 5 of William Robbins. Looks like these guys had a plan going into this one, and they're executing it perfectly as of right now. Again, with the absence of Matt Fleming. That changes the game. He was dominating this race. Led a good chunk of these laps. And now with his absence, his teammates now are trying to sink their teeth into their first victory of the season. Again, if I'm checking my notes and if I'm looking at them correctly, none of these guys that you see in front of you have won anything this season. I lied. Josh Larson got a win this season so far. Dylan Marate's got a win. Connor Rowe, Josh Larson, and Matt Fleming. So the only repeat offender here would be that 51. Again, Josh Larson, a hard driver to beat, and is dominating now in the absence of his teammate. Did he wreck? So from what I found out, L. Rob, or at least what my hunch is that he had a new PC, had some trouble with that, so he had to revert back to his old PC for this race. He mentioned during the pre-race interview before we went to grid that he was hoping that it held up, and I'm assuming it did not. So if that's the case, he's probably working on trying to get it to be operable again, but I don't know. His return, I would imagine, is questionable. And yeah, we'll have to see. If he's here, I don't see him just yet. Yeah, I don't see him. I'm looking for him. I can't find him. Can't find him. But as far as I know, he did not wreck. Larson, Meeks, Robbins, Meyer, and Becker, your top 5 with Keller, Smith, Bednar, Mayo, and Madden rounding out your top 10. Yeah, and I don't see anything in the chat indicating anything else. I don't see him because he's usually in the voice chats in their Discord, and I do not see them. Jesse Becker now has caught the 34 of Brandon Meyer. This is a battle for 4th place. Again, all these drivers should be able to make it on one stop. I do see a few that have stopped, or at least one that has stopped. 2 others were held at the beginning of the race for a 2-lap hold. So it looks like everybody right now hasn't pitted that's currently in contention.
The yellow flag is out.
Oh, we have a yellow flag. And I do believe this could be for the stage. Yeah, I'm going to say it's for the stage. Josh Larson, I thought it was lap 60. I guess it's lap 50. Josh Larson is your winner of stage 1, the Flemdogs Auto 300. Again, Matthew Fleming tonight coming up short. Apparently, computer did not want to operate. So, yeah, it looks like stages were at lap 50. So, yes, it is. Josh Larson is your winner of stage 1. And stage 2 is at the end of lap 110. So, that's awesome. We will have 60 laps of racing for stage 2. So, it gets a little bit longer for them out here. But here we go for the first pit stops here of the night. For these drivers getting a fresh 4 and a tank of gas. Get back out there. Again, don't forget Friday night. Friday night is the start of the Championship 4 for the Gears Cup Series. The Southern 250 at Darlington, the track too tough to tame Friday night. 7:45 Eastern, 6:45 Central Times when we kick that one off. The Southern 250 only here on Casa de la Horse Boat for the Gears Racing League. I'm trying to plan something here. Possibly in the wintertime, I'm going to talk to these guys at Donut Box, talk to the fellas at Gears. See what we can do, like a mini stock showdown or something crazy that myself, xHoRsEbOaTx, can sponsor and maybe get some love, because there's a lot of good drivers for both those leagues, man. And I would love just to mesh the two together, you know? But that is me in my fantasy land. And it looks like we'll have 2 laps before we get back to green flag racing. And let's talk to Josh Larson if we can. Let's get him in here. Josh, you got a copy?
Hey, I got you.
Winner of stage 1, man. You went out there and dominated in the absence of Matthew Fleming. How's the track feel? And most importantly, how does your car feel tonight?
Car feels good. When it comes to these 1.5s, man, they're kind of in my wheelhouse of what I like to run. The track's tightening up. We started seeing tire wear really eat up the front tires, and the track's getting tighter as the lights come on. But yeah, I figured since Matt had issues and is no longer in this race, I better get my butt up here and represent.
Now I gotta ask, in case you know something that I don't. Did his computer fail? Is that what happened, or?
I think it's just internet connectivity issues.
Okay. Yeah, I was talking to him in the pre-race show. He said he had a new PC, but then was running into trouble with that, reverted to his old PC, and he said, and I quote, "I hope that this runs well." So I don't know if that had something to do with that, but that sucks. He was dominating the race, but hey, you're his teammate, and you're carrying on with your teammates behind you, man. Good luck to you.
Hey, thank you.
That was Josh Larson in the 51, looking to repeat tonight to get win number 2 at Charlotte Motor Speedway. Again, this is the Flemdogs 300 right here in Charlotte on twitch.tv. In Flagship Motorsports on that front row, Thomas Meeks and Josh Larson. In row 1, row 2, you're going to see William Robbins and Jesse Becker. Row 3, you're going to see Landon Bednarz and Tyler Smith. In row 4, you're going to see David Mayo and Travis Stroney. And rounding out your top 10, you got Ivan DeChamps and Ben Madden. Yeah, it looks like the right fronts are getting eaten. I was just was shown a clip of tire temperature and pressure. And holy shit. Not joking. This has been a fun one here tonight. A lot left to do as this pace car is getting set to buzz off. And we're going to get back at it with Josh Larson in control of the Geico restart zone.
Green.
And we are getting back at it for the Flemdogs Auto 300 at Charlotte Motor Speedway. Thank you for the follow, Virtual Veteran Racing. If I said that correctly, I do apologize if I didn't. I was looking at it quickly. Brings up to 498, 2 away from 500. Josh Larson breaking away from the field. Don't know if that's going to bang indoors as Robbins and Tyler Smith going potentially 3 wide in the tri-oval. No, they're not, but side by side between Robbins and Smith is happening. Landon Bednarz now trying to pounce and gain position if he can. Also one of those Flagship Motorsport teammates. All 4 of the remaining teammates are inside the top 10. Travis Stroney, who started in 2nd, trying to make a march back up to the front. Currently in 7th. His lowest point was about 12th place. Looking back even further, you have Ivan DeChamps, Cody Keller side by side. Brandon Meyer, who's been up front most of the night, has faded back to 12th. Must have had a crappy pit stop. We will see him up near the front if he can keep his nose out of trouble. But up front is Josh Larson, Thomas Meeks, Tyler Smith, Jesse Becker, and William Robbins. Now going for the lead. Flagship Motorsports teammates do not want to pass the baton to each other. He says, brother, it's my turn to lead. And it looks like he does. Hits the wall, as does a couple other of his teammates. Coming out of 4 and into the tri-oval. But Thomas Meeks now leads the lap, and it is your new leader, Rap Meow. Oh, Cody Keller getting bounced to the bottom. Meeks, Larson, Smith, Robbins, and Becker, your top 5. Teammates battling for position, and I don't know if this is good or bad. Regardless, it's making for great entertainment. 2 by 2, 3 rows deep. That 23 light blue, turquoise, whatever you want to call it, Tyler Smith has been hanging around, kind of being a pest for these flagship motorsports drivers. You see a lot of pushing. Let's ride on board in the midst of all the action. Jesse Becker, that 97 Toyota Camry Toro. I don't know. Oh, he's not the winner of stage 1. Don't look at that shit. My bad. Southport, North Carolina. That's where he reigns out of. Running around in 6th place, keeping himself in contention. Stage 1 winner is now your leader once again. Josh Larson out in front. William Robbins, Tyler Smith, Travis Stroney, Thomas Meeks, your top 5. Battling for position inside that top 10. You would think there's 10 laps to go. Oh, Meeks, Becker, and Keller.
The yellow flag is out.
Gangbang of the century, and Ivan DeChamps is going to get into it, and old Ronnie B finishing it off. Let's back that ass up and see what we can see in the Donut Box Cup Series, meandyourmom.com instant replay. Started with Thomas Meeks. Let's get this blimp cam version out of the way first. We'll ride around in slow motion just for a millisecond. Looks like, okay, this is coming off of 4 and into the tri-oval. And let's slow it down about here. All right, we're going to slow it down. Little bit of net code. I want to say net code. I'm going to call it net code. I don't know what you all see. But from what I can see from right here, let's do a little chase action. Following that line up. Keeping his car right where he should be. Yeah, net code. Clear net code. Causing the 55 to get buck wild. And then he shoots up and says, adios, 97, adios, numero dos. And then the last one just gets me. Got Christian Taylor. Looks like he's going to get out of that one. Okay, but then here comes Ivan DeChamps, and boom, rear end. Crinkle fry that thing. And then Ronnie B smashing on the brakes. Can't help himself, and kaboom. And I mean, to finish off the 97. I'll rewind that one more time. Oh, shit. Here we go. Yeah. All right, let's ride on board with Ronnie B and see what he saw. He's still on the gas. Oh, shit. Damn, girlfriend. That is a rough ride. And he's going to stay in the game. He's going to ride that one out. That was the meandyourmom.com replay. So after all this, Tyler Smith has the lead. That 23 machine slipping up into the lead. Again, next, scheduled caution is stage 2 at lap 110. This is the only caution we've had that wasn't a stage ender tonight. So this is technically caution number 1 with some incidents. Our first real one of the night. It's been solid racing all night long here with the Donut Box Cup Series. Good drivers and good racing action. Tyler Smith, your leader right now, with Josh Larson, Travis Stroney, William Robbins, and Brandon Meyer. Your top 5, if you're just joining us, David Mayo, Landon Bednarz, Ben Madden, Garrett Bainbridge, and Ivan Deschamps rounding out your top 10. Thomas Meeks, Cody Keller involved in that wreck, Christian Taylor, Ron Blackwell, Jesse Becker, and Ivan Deschamps all involved in that one. Looks like they're going to get cleaned up and re-rack and get back to green flag racing. Take a moment for yourself. Do some self-care. Grab yourself a beverage and get back here in 60 seconds for the Donut Box Cup Series. Again, bringing it back with you here tonight for the Flemdogs Auto 300 for the Donut Box Cup Series right here on Twitch.tv. Again, if you're just joining us, I am Tom Torrey, a.k.a. the Horse Boat, calling this action here right on the home for Donut Box Cup Series on Monday nights. Tyler Smith leading us off in the Geico restart zone with Josh Larson, Travis Stroney, William Robbins, Brandon Meyer, David Mayo, Landon Bednarz, Ben Madden, Garrett Bainbridge, and Ivan Deschamps rounding out your top 10. Again, our first unscheduled caution of the night. You knew it was going to happen. L. Rops has backed that ass up, and Buck Wild keeping us entertained. Thank you so much. Glad y'all have joined to get familiar with my lingo. And the car, or the pace car, is off. 23 in control. The Geico restart zone. Bada bing, bada boom. We are back for the Donut Box Cup Series with the Flemdogs Auto 300. Right, man. Room 66 says, "Let's go, independent. No one likes us. We don't care." What's good, Tom? Doing well, man. Hopefully you are as well. Safe travels for you, sir. Tyler Smith getting a good jump, and out in front he goes. Josh Larson to the inside. Give him the old bingo, bango, bongo. Side by side for the lead. The 51 wants it to the 23 concede. He's holding no quarter right now. They are going to race hard. Inside 40 laps to go before the end of stage 2. Again, stage 2 ends at lap 110. Nobody really wanting to give up track position for that caution, so no one really pitted that wasn't a part of that issue. Again, they have a fast repair to use, I believe, so that's what a lot of drivers have done. Thomas Meeks back up there after that incident. Again, no ill intent, I believe, in that incident other than the fact that it was netcode purely. That happens when it's a video game, right? Smitty, 755-20 says, "Let's go 23. Hell yeah, brother. And the only guy that could repeat victory tonight would be Josh Larson. Nobody else in this field has won this season. Larson has control. Travis Stroney trying to change that. He goes to the inside. The Caterpillar 14 machine looking good. He's just going for it. And that's what you like to see. People just going for it, racing hard. Side by side up front for the lead. Tyler Smith right there as well, not backing down. But Josh Larson maintaining consistency. That is what he's been able to do tonight in the absence of his teammate who is dominating. Ooh, looks like the 23 bounced off the wall there. And I remember when this car first got introduced into iRacing, how sensitive it was. It's so realistic. But now they can take a hit or two off the wall and be okay. But it wasn't like that early on. Riding on board now with the 34, Brandon Meyer. And like I mentioned, he was in the back. Yeah, you see him hitting off that wall. He faded, now he is back. And then let's take a look. The only other Ford Mustang in this field is that 29 of Stephen Gurley Jr. Driving like he's got a problem with authority. Love me some Stephen Gurley. Looking up here to the middle of the group, or the middle of, just outside of the top 10. David Mayo trying to pass Christian Taylor. Christian Taylor not on the lead lap right now. Cody Keller just hanging on in the top 10 there. A lot of action right here. For 6th, 7th, and 8th. Garrett Bainbridge getting wet and wild in that target 21, excuse me. Scrub Daddy's getting it cleaned up. Here we go. William Robbins to the inside. Trying to take second away from Travis Stroney. All I see is that 21. Yeah, look at him hitting the wall. Like an Uber I took. God, just didn't know fucking drive. Stroney, and I'm not saying Keller can't, because he can certainly, or Bainbridge can. He certainly can. But he's a little wild on the wheel tonight, sawing around like he's a lumberjack. Hopefully he'll get that figured out. Travis Stroney had the lead for a split second. Josh Larson says, nay. That was terrible. 3 wide back here for 4th place. Get out of town. Oh, we got bumping again. Meeks is about probably had enough of it. First time was incidental. That was netcode. That second time, that was a message. It's like you ever seen that South Park episode where both baseball teams, Little League baseball teams, wanted to lose so they could get on with their summer, but the parents and most importantly the dads didn't want that to happen. Dad's getting pissed drunk and fighting. You want to go, brah? Taking their shirts off and shit. I can see that happening. Stroney out in front, leading the lap. That's what you want. 14 trying to hang in there against Flagship Motorsports. And I believe Independence Motorsports is a mixed bag of manufacturers. So you got teammates up there, the Ford and the Chevrolet, I believe. But it's Stroney, Larson, Meyer, Robbins, and Tyler Smith. Your top 5 with Thomas Meeks, Landon Bednar, Bedman, Cody Keller, and David Mayo rounding out your top 10. Less than 30 laps now. From the conclusion of stage 2, and thank you,
Yellow
Ryman.
flag is out.
We have a yellow flag. Who is it for? Oh, no. Let's back that ass up and see what we can find out on the meandyourmom.com instant replay powered by the Donut Box Cup Series. So let's see who we have. Who is the culprit? Who do we have that's causing trouble? Who do we got? Who do we got? Somebody throw a pie. Trying to see it. And it looks like Ben Madden just stopped on the track. He just stopped on the track. Yep, stopped on the track and then left. Cool. So that was a caution. Really didn't need to be one, but it was. Again, that's me speculating. Don't take my word for it. Bruh, indeed. Looks like Stroney lucky enough to get out of the pit box number 1. And we'll resume the lead when we go back to green flag racing again tonight. We are at Charlotte, but next week we will be at COTA, Circuit of the Americas, for 40 laps on the Donut Box Cup Series. Home network here this year. Casa de la Horseboat. Going to bring that to you. And then 2 weeks from tonight, we will be at Richmond. Richmond is going to be a banger. And I hope you can make it out. Again, November looking amazing as well. We got Darlington on the docket, Indianapolis, the 2008 version of Atlanta Motor Speedway. And I believe, I don't know if I'll have it. I'll have to talk to the guys about it. All-Star race at Motegi. And that's on my birthday, so I don't know if I should do a birthday stream or not. We'll see. Again, November 25th being my birthday. Damn, dude, that's coming up. But then it gets real in December for Michigan, Watkins Glen, and Dover before we hit our holiday break. Ryman said probably had to poop. I'm going with that. I mean, if you got to. I get it if you have to. It's just a video game. I mean, I know points matter, all that, yada, yada, yada. But if nature's calling, man, you gotta answer the call. Again, if you go camping, hopefully you brought the teepee. It looks like a couple guys trying to get their laps back. But again, the next month, next few weeks of racing is probably going to be some of the toughest races of the season. With COTA and Richmond coming up, they're both you know, if you can't drive on road courses, you're screwed. In Richmond, man, it takes a special driver to really be fast at Richmond. So I'm looking forward to seeing what some of these guys got as far as speed there. No doubt in my mind that when the holidays are heating up, so is the Donut Box Cup Series in the playoffs. Again, November 25th is going to be that all-star race at the Motegi Oval. I'm going to watch that regardless if I'm covering that or not. That looks like fun. So be sure to check that out. Looks like those guys are going to get their laps back, and we're going to get back to green flag action. Right, meow. Travis Stroney and the 51 of Josh Larson going to be on the front row. Brandon Meyer and William Robbins is going to be on row 2. Row 3, you got Thomas Meeks and the 07 of Ivan Deschamps. Row 4 is going to be Cody Keller and the 23 of Tyler Smith. And then rounding out your top 10 is going to be David Mayo and Garrett Bainbridge. And 2 followers away from 500. Again, didn't think I'd ever make it there, so that's pretty wild. Appreciate all of the follows. Everybody who just sits and lurks in here and watches their friends and race. They don't have to follow or whatever. But I do appreciate your participation and following your friends and family. Because some of these guys, they like to think they have talent. And some of them really do. Travis Stroney leading us off in the Geico restart zone, getting back to green flag action for the Flemdogs Auto 300. And you know, some of these guys may not be the road to pro guys or the best e-NASCAR, but there's some guys that are out there and they are really fast. They understand how to play this sim on a different level, and I always like watching drivers who are good enough to do that, respect each other's space and race hard. And that also happens when you get a good group. Holy shit, what's going on back here? That also happens. Whoa, Bainbridge and Bednar's going buck wild yet again. Bednar's tried to get around him. Looks like his car is going to be okay. He smashed that wall, though, and it looks perfect. So I don't know what happened. Can you use a fast repair mid-run? I don't know. But it looks like they're going to be okay, be able to move forward. Like some of these guys, the entire Flemdog Motorsports, or it's going to be Flagship Motorsports team, they're all talented. You see it. The independent motorsports guys, they are talented. You know, Cam Kings, they got a guy or two in there. That's pretty good. Russian Mafia are tough. Storm Motorsports are good. You really do have a good array of drivers in this league. And you know, whether you be at a similar skill level, if they've got a good group, they have a good group. And that's what we're seeing here tonight in Charlotte. They really can run this track well. 20 laps to go for the end of Stage 2. Josh Larson, your winner of Stage 1, on the hook to try to win Stage 2. B Gaming, tell them to join Gears. I am not going to try to recruit or poach or do anything like that. That's not why I'm here. If they're interested, they can come ask me. They know who I'm a part of. And I like these guys equally as I like Gears. I think they're both solid leagues, organizations. They've got good leaders in charge. And honestly, it'd be nice to get them in like a showdown, like a different car maybe. I don't know. Like I said, we got a lot going on in my mind with what I want to do. And maybe, you know, recruit some to do a battle of some sort between Gears and Donut Box drivers. That'd be fucking awesome. Larson, Stroney, Robin, Meeks, and Meyer, your top 5 with Smith, Keller, Bednarz, Bainbridge, and Mayo, your top 10. And again, I know a few Gears guys have gone to Donut Box since I've joined, just because they were curious, just to see who else is out there that's really good. And they seem to have meshed well. You got drivers, and it goes with every league. People have, you know, some people have big personalities. And when they clash, for me, it's exciting because I'm just the guy watching and commentating on this stuff. I'm not out there racing or engaging in this chatter. But it creates an interesting, you know, dialogue that a lot of people don't see in the back. You know, a lot of people are the casual fan or watcher of this series sees. But there's some rivalries forming here as we start our way. We're in race 5 of 17 of the season. And it'll be really interesting as we get closer to the end of the season how that all shapes out. Again, rivalries, people in bad blood with each other, end up respecting each other at the end of the day. You hope. You know, it's not all 90, not 99% of the time type garbage, but most times that's what ends up happening. The respect is had, and I believe that's forming. Josh Larson trying to get around Travis Stroney. As Travis Stroney reclaimed the lead from Josh Larson not too long ago. Independence Motorsports capping the 1st and 5th position, keeping Flagship Motorsports in 2nd, 3rd, and 4th. L-Rob 2, who has the bad blood spill? I'm not saying that there is. I'm just saying that there could be. I'm not going to get into the pillow talk of the Donut Box Cup Series garage. But there has been some rivalries have formed, and I believe, you know, as you watch and go through the season, you'll see who that is. One of the hardest guys to pass, and Connor Rowe getting a win last week, is not here tonight. But look at this. Larson all over the ass end of Stroney. 3 different lanes of choice in 1 and 2. Yes, you're right. Taylor is in top 10, working his way back up to the front. Stephen Gurley Jr., David Mayo battling it out right there too. But yes, Christian Taylor doing a good job battling his way back up to the front. Oh, and across Bainbridge. Oh my God. Are you kidding me? Oh my goodness. 96 and no caution. No caution. Oh yeah, Christian's gonna try to get back out on the track here. But it's staying green. That was insane. No, I know you guys probably like, what the fuck? Like, really? Bainbridge having a rough night, and Taylor just got caught up in it. My heart goes out to Christian Taylor and the 96 team. Probably could have called a caution there, but they're letting it ride, and honestly, that I respect them more for that. Side by side now, William Robbins and Travis Stroney. Robbins challenging for the lead in that 5 car. 10 laps away from the conclusion of stage 2. Who's going to get some nice stage points? And then it's going to be 90 laps and at least a 1 pit stop race on our quest for 200 laps. Travis Stroney bombarded now by Flagship Motorsports teammates, just taking it over now. Hostile takeover of the lead. William Robbins. Ooh, Stroney gets a little loose coming out of 2. Oh, banging doors with the 51. It is getting hot and heavy in here. Tensions are high in the closing laps of stage 2. Again, you don't want to waste your race right here. Meeks grabbing those cheeks and throwing them into 1 and 2. I feel bad for that 96 right there. The front of his car looks like if a kid had like bubble gum or like Pepto-Bismol. It's so sad. I feel so bad. Robbins trying to get around lap traffic. Josh Larson taking advantage. At least trying to take advantage. Not going to happen right now, but Stroney is taking advantage. gets credit for leading that lap. But this is crazy. Oh, check up on the outside lane. Almost had a cleanup in 1 and 2. Flagships Motorsports teammates better stop screwing around if they all want to stay there to the end. Three laps to go. Luke Daddy from 25. Following yet again. Thank you, Luke Daddy. Bring us to 499. One away from 500. Both series having some great race tonight. Late models. Wow. Thank you for the update on that mighty donut. Again, those of you who don't know who Mighty Donut 88, that is Cody Moore, President of Operations for the Donut Box Racing League. Thank you for taking part in this stream tonight. Garrett Bainbridge getting out of the way. Stroney now out to a commanding lead. Two laps to go for Travis Stroney and the 14 team, trying to get a stage win here at Charlotte for the Flemdogs Auto 300. It's been a great battle all night. It has been solid racing from front to back. Only had a couple of cautions. One lap to go for stage 2. Single file on the back stretch. Stroney, Robbins, Larson, Meeks, and Meyer, your top 5. Through 3 and 4, smooth like P. Diddy baby oil. Travis Stroney is going to win stage 2 here for the Donut Box Cup Series.
The yellow flag is out.
Stroney, Robbins, Larson, Meeks, Meyer, Smith, Keller, Mayo, Bednarz, and Ivan Deschamps rounding out your top 10 for stage 2. And stage points so important. They only have so many races to accrue them before the playoffs. But Travis Stroney is your winner of stage 2. Let's see if I can get on the horn with the 14 team. Travis, you got a copy?
I got a copy.
Travis, you had a great run there, battling for position, battling Flagship Motorsports and Company. You and Brandon Meyer doing an amazing job. You guys are a great top 5 battling crew here tonight. How do you feel to win stage 2?
Feels good after that first one. I burned the right front up. I sent you a picture.
Oh, yeah, I saw it.
After stage 1, my right front was about, I think it was 23 or 24. So worked on a little bit of things and I guess figured something out at this stage. So I hope I could, hope I can bring this one home here.
Yeah, man, you're running solid here tonight for Independence Motorsports. Again, it's been more of a flagship / Independence Motorsports night tonight as far as the battling. So good luck, man, and again, congratulations.
Yeah, I appreciate that, Tom. These guys are great. They are tough, and I mean, it's a fun race. I hope it's good TV.
It has been a great night so far. Again, that was Travis Stroney from Independence Motorsports, winner of Stage 2, the Donut Box Cup Series. Again, don't forget Friday night, the Championship 4 for the Gears Cup Series kicks off with the Southern 250 at Darlington at the track. Too tough to tame. Coverage starts at 7:45 Eastern Time, 6:45 Central, right here on Casa de la Horse Boat. Brandon Meyer looks like he's going to be your leader when we get back to green flag action. And do yourself a favor again, some self-care. Get up, grab yourself a beverage or a snack, and let's get back for the conclusion of the Donabox Cup Series presents Flemdogs Auto 300. And welcome back to the Donabox Cup Series Flemdogs Auto 300 at Charlotte Motor Speedway. I am Tom Torrey, a.k.a. the Horseboat, bringing you all the action all season long on Monday night. And as happy as hell to be with you tonight, covering the Flemdogs Auto 300. Only 3 unscheduled cautions to speak of, but other than that, it has been awesome green flag action from start to finish as we are getting set for the conclusion of this race right here, right now, as we get re-racked and back to green flag action. Let's see who is in the top 10. See if your driver is up here. Travis Stroney and William Robbins is going to be on the front row. Row 2 is going to be Josh Larson on the inside, and on the outside, fellow teammate Thomas Meeks III. In row 3, you're going to have the 23 of Tyler Smith and the 2 of Cody Keller. In row number 4, you're going to have, let's see, David Mayo. Yeah. Landon Bednarz, Eddie Rose, Ivan Deschamps rounding out your top 10. All kind of confusing, but we're just going to roll with it, because it's time to get back at it, and I don't have time to figure it out. Pace car lights are off, and you know what that means, girlfriend. That means we're getting back to green flag racing. 14 has control in the Geico restart zone as they get back at it.
Green flag.
For the Flemdogs Auto 300. Leading them around as they are getting back at it, and the Flagship Motorsports just looks like a swarm of bees. Covering second, third, and fourth, Tyler Smith trying to put his money where his mouth is and trying to climb that ladder to get back the lead. He has had the lead before. Looking back here, Eddie Rose battling with Ben Madden and Brandon Meyer. Christian Taylor looks like he is kind of fixed up with that damaged front nose. trying to do some damage in 12th position. Genstroni out to a good lead so far. William Robbins right there as well. As it's Stroni, Robbins, Larson, Meeks, and Keller, your top 5 currently. Right on board with the 16 of Landon Bednar. Oh, looks like Tyler Smith. I don't know what happened with him, but he had to bow out gracefully coming out of 4, maybe got a little loose. Looks like he's okay and staying competitive. Genstroni's out there in front. He's led a good number of laps here tonight. Genstroni, Robbins, Larson, Meeks, and Keller, your top 5 with Bednarz, Mayo, Smith, Deschamps, and Brandon Meyer rounding out your top 10. William Robbins now to the outside, going for the lead. Again, they got a long way to go. They got 80 laps before the end of this one. And I don't know if, like, you're Josh Larson or Thomas Meeks and you're kind of laying back. How much do you lay back on this run, knowing that you're going to have to stop one more time? You're going to run as hard as your teammate William Robbins up there? Or do you have a plan in place at this point in the race? Wasn't trying to rhyme there, by the way. Because Landon Bednarz is also a teammate of Flagship Motorsports. 4 out of the 5 teammates are right here you're looking at. And Travis Stroni, like, you know, I've known Travis for a couple years now. He's a very talented race car driver. But is he using his stuff up? Is it too early? Going too hard in the paint? A lot of questions that'll be answered, obviously, here soon enough. But inside lap 165... it's anybody's ball game on who's going to pit when, especially if it's under green. People are going to try, or drivers, I should say, are going to try to undercut each other, try to be the first one to start that tram. Oh, Tyler Smith hitting the wall. But you have Travis Stroni, William Robbins, Josh Larson, Thomas Meeks, and Cody Keller, your top 5 currently. Big shout out to Cody Keller, having a good run here tonight, keeping his nose clean. I'm not even trying to pronounce the sponsor because I don't know what the hell it's pronounced as. Usually as a broadcaster, I can figure that out, but I am not touching that. Many different ways you could try to go with that, but I'm not doing it. Big shout out to David Mayo, started 14th, has worked his way up into 8th, having a solid run in that Mountain Dew Kickstart Chevrolet Camaro. Laying it down for the homies. Back in Citrus Heights, California. As we continue to watch the cat and mouse game between these drivers, See Brandon Meyer trying to get to the inside of Stephen Gurley Jr. Trying to gain that track position. Gurley not on the lead lap. It's as if, like, he's not a doctor, but he plays one in real life. Like he's pretending on the lead lap, but he's really not. But he's having a good run. I would give him a lot of credit driving that car with aplomb. Driving etiquette. Give him a B+. Oh, Tyler Smith
Yellow flag.
sends Cody Keller around and Mayo up and up on the catch fence. Bednar's involved as well. We got it. We're going to back that ass up with the meandyourmom.com instant replay for the Donut Box Cup Series. All right, so you see, we're already in the mamma jamma of all this, but let's go up to Tyler Smith. See what transpired. And it looks like, bounced off that wall. Just went around it. Let's stop it here. And let's just look back at the rear chase. Slow-mo. And, Mayo gets up and Bednar's gets up. Mayo up on the catch pad. Holy shit. Oh, man, let's back this up. I gotta look at this again. This was intense. We're going to watch it like this because it just, I don't know. To me, I feel like we should experience this together. So it's like Smith, I mean, to his credit, wasn't trying to do too much. Just happened to be a little too close. Maybe driver awareness in the 23, if you want to call it that. Takes the 2 around. Now, it would be okay if they were on the backstretch, right? They're still down the backstretch. But no. He's like, hey, Landon, check it out. You got to go up here. And then we're going to do this Tony Hawk kickflip thing with David Mayo. You can join in, too. Maybe a little skate, too. Gurley getting involved in that. And it's just... looks like everybody's going to be okay. Besides the 2, that left rear is done. But the others should survive. We'll watch that in real time. One more time. Take a ride on the MeteorMom.com blimp cam. Ronnie B getting out of that one nicely. Yeah, Tyler Smith, everybody in that wreck. No bueno. Travis Stroney is your leader. As we're going to re-rack them and get back to green flag action in just a moment. Again, next week, don't forget 40 laps at Circuit of the Americas. I'm excited to bring that to you again. Same bat time, same bat channel. A little bit after 8 p.m. We're getting close to 10 p.m. on the Eastern Seaboard here tonight. I just love saying the Eastern Seaboard. But yeah, it was definitely, if we had a big wreck tonight, that was it. But it's been a good race. That was some action right there. I did not expect that to go down with the racing that has happened here. But hey, you know what? It happens. It's racing. It is what it is. Travis Stroney, your leader. William Robbins, Josh Larson, Thomas Meeks, and Christian Taylor. Kudos to him for climbing the ladder, getting back up inside the top 5. Brandon Meyer, Jesse Becker, Ivan Deschamps, Tyler Smith, and David Mayo rounding out your top 10. Again, stretch out. get ready. We're going to get back to green flag action in 60 seconds right here on twitch.tv. All right, bringing us back down here for the restart, Travis Stroney and William Robbins on your front row. Thomas Meeks and Josh Larson going to be in row 2 with Christian Taylor and Brandon Meyer in row 3. Jesse Becker and Ivan Deschamps in row 4. And rounding out your top 10 is Tyler Smith and David Mayo. Now we got to talk about, I'm going to bring the music back down. Got to talk about the 96. Is he going to drop like a hot rock? Because, I mean, look at that front end. If we could get a quick shot of that. The front end is a little crunchy. Hopefully Christian can keep it together. Pace car is off. Stroney has control in that Caterpillar 14 Chevrolet Camaro. So we're going to get back at it for the Flemdogs Auto 300 at Charlotte Motor Speedway. Oh, as they spread out. Almost like the Mighty Ducks flying bee. You know what I'm talking about. Whoa, baby. Looks like that was Ivan Deschamps going for a ride. Looks like everybody's going to be okay back there, I think. Stroney getting challenged by the 51 of Josh Larson right now. Thomas Meeks right in tow behind him on the inside lane. Stroney, Larson, Meeks, Robbins, and Meyer, your top 5. It has been incredible to see the 14 hold off the assault that Flagship Motorsports has put on here tonight. It's been awesome to watch the challenge that they have had trying to get around the 14. The 14 was not pesky until as of late. Winner of stage 2, there you go. If you're looking right now up front, the 51 won stage 1 and the 14 won stage 2. Your stage 1 winners and stage 2 winner are battling for that lead right now. Larson, Stroney, Robbins, Meeks, and Meyer, your top 5. Stroney seems like he can put the 14 kind of wherever he wants it and tries to maintain that momentum. Larson similar as well. They both have fast cars and have had them all night. Again, early on in the race, Matt Fleming, who is not in this race now due to a disconnect, was your pole sitter and was dominating the race up until that point and then blew the gates wide open. Josh Larson stepped up in his absence and won stage 1, and Flagship Motorsports has been near the front all night long. Independence, though, not to be turned away, as Stroney, who started in second, dropped as low as 12th and has come back now to win stage 2 and has been up front most of the night. His partner and teammate, the 34, Brandon Meyer, as noted, a different manufacturer, but still teammates in Independence, has been up and down the leaderboard as of tonight as well, but a strong car as you see him falling in frame here in 4th place. Stroney, Larson, Robbins, Meyer, and Meeks, your top 5. Again, we're inching closer and closer to that window for the last pit stop. Again, if you went right now, given what I'm told, you make about 65 laps on fuel, you're good. So right now, you're kind of opened up if you want to do that. Otherwise, if you pitted or on lap 10, lap 111, you got till about lap 175. So at any point, you can just top it and go, but I think tires are going to be crucial. Brandon Meyer now taking control. Says, you guys hold my beer. It's time for me to lead a few laps with one of two Fords in the field tonight. Wouldn't it be something if a Ford won here tonight, ladies and gentlemen? A field dominated by Toyotas and Chevrolets, with the minority being the Fords. You got Brandon Meyer up here, the Lone Ranger up near the front. Meyer, Stroney, Larson, Meeks, and Robbins, your top five. And before I get too far ahead of myself, I feel like it's a good time for another Vegas Does Buzz, sponsored by the fine folks of Donut Box Cup Series, giving you all the buzz around Charlotte Speedway. Oh, shit. I'm bringing us back. I did not expect that to happen at all. Wow. I can't believe it. And I'm afraid to say it, because I feel like somebody's going to be a dick and drop off. But I've reached 500 followers here on Twitch officially tonight, and I did not think that was going to happen tonight. But I am stoked. I am so stoked. And we're going to have to do a drawing here at Friday night's show for that to celebrate. Again, if you are a follower, you're automatically included in this. We're going to do a giveaway Friday night, I believe. I think that's what we're going to do. Have to talk about it. But yeah, 500. Wow, holy cow. Wow. Brandon Meyer is your leader and out to a huge lead, which tells me he is super duper fast, or everybody else is kind of holding back with their tires. Again, Garrison 1982, thank you for the follow. Luke Daddy, Virtual Veteran Racing, Flemdog Millionaire, Bonsai Buddy 2734, Mama Alone 2008, and Bishop is rolling for my most recent follows. And it does mean a lot to get to 500. And man, oh my God. That's fucking cool. Brandon Meyer, Jesse Becker, Travis Stroney, William Robbins, and Josh Larson. Your top five right now with Thomas Meeks, Tyler Smith, David Mayo, Ivan Deschamps, and Christian Taylor rounding out your top 10. Right on board with the 97 Toro Machine of Jesse Becker. Yeah, Becker currently in second place, putting that 97 in prime position. Jesse Becker still behind about a second and a half from Brandon Meyer. These guys trying to establish themselves and get away, and I don't know, again, if they're just playing out fast, what the deal is. Thank you for the congratulations. I do appreciate that. It's been a long time coming. I've been doing this for about 4 years now. Been on TV and radio. Musician in my past life. It's cool to get out here doing broadcasting. I'm having fun doing it. Great. I've met a lot of great people. So 500 is a great milestone, and I am blessed to have you a part of it. Again, 1 and 2 established. Here's your battle for third right now between Travis Stroney and William Robbins. The 14 and the 5 battling it out. And 14, I think, is saving a little something for the end. Thank you, Ryman. I appreciate that. Back to Mike. Appreciate that, brother. Battling for third now is the 5 and the 14 going at it. Side by side. But this is getting crazy back here between Thomas Meeks, David Mayo, and Tyler Smith for 5th, 6th, and 7th. Again, couldn't get to 500 without y'all, and I do appreciate that. Means a lot. Gives me encouragement to keep going, keep doing this. David Mayo, big props again to him. He's now inside the top 5. Started 14th, now has worked his way up into 5th. But your biggest mover of the night so far, 10 places up from where he began, is Jesse Becker. Becker making time up on Brandon Meyer, chasing him down. Again, entering lap 55, we're inside of this pit cycle. Again, lap 175 is about the 64-65 lap mark on the fuel load here. So I would imagine these guys are going to try to undercut each other and get in there. Brandon Meyer, I do believe, has pitted a few different times. He actually was the leader.
Caution, yellow
And we
flag.
have a caution. Ron Blackwell spinning out and getting involved in an altercation. He caught a case, and let's see what happened. Oh, my. Coming out of pit lane. All right. Oh, he hit a bump. Damn. Oh, and then, oh my God. Oh. Well, I'm glad it was for that. And nobody else got taken out, because I think that would have pissed a few people off. But, yeah, no harm, no foul there for Ronnie B. Keeping it real. Ron Blackwell still has no talent, I see. Leave Ronnie B alone. He's out there turning laps. I mean, you can still make fun of him. I don't care. Gotta like it. And it looks like everybody's going to come down right now. If you don't, I strongly question, unless you're a lap down, obviously you need to be out there. Looks like Larson might have pitted. Yeah, he must have. Yeah, he did. So he pitted and he's good. Robbins is going to rotate up near. He's in pit lane right now. Looks like Eddie Rose is your current leader. Good race here so far here tonight. Only a handful of cautions unscheduled. And some of them were more for the safety of the driver than an actual incident. But I respect that. Especially this last one here. Might have started coming up back on the track. You just want to caution it. Call out a caution. Settle it down, re-rack, get back at it. This one is not over, obviously. Tyler Smith looks like he's going to resume the lead. He's been a strong car here tonight. If he could just hang on near the front, he could be a contender. And usually when I do a race, I try to have a pick, but I really haven't selected just because I didn't know drivers here very well. But there's some that I'm still the verdict's out on. There's about 8 to 10 drivers that I really like that are strong contenders, so I can't really pick one person out of the group. You know, I still think Josh Larson has a great chance to repeat tonight. I shouldn't say repeat, but be in the win column for the second time this year. Nobody else that is currently in this field tonight has won. So take that for what you will. We could have 5 races, 5 different winners. I've seen that happen somewhere else. And it's pretty amazing to watch. I love that when that kind of stuff happens. So again, that turquoise or blue or whatever you want to call it, 23 Columbia of Tyler Smith is going to presume the lead here when we get back to the re-racking stage. Again, you are watching the Donut Box Cup Series and the Flemdogs Auto 300 right here on Casa de la Horseboat. Again, our pole sitter Matthew Fleming out of the race due to a disconnect. So here we go, getting ready for a re-rack. All right. Starting us off again, it's going to be Tyler Smith and Brandon Meyer. Row 2 is going to be Jesse Becker and William Robbins. Row 3 is going to be Travis Stroney and David Mayo. Row 4 is going to be Thomas Meeks and Ivan DeChamps. And then Eddie Rose with Stephen Gurley Jr. rounding out our top 10. Shout out to Stephen Gurley Jr. for hanging on and making something out of this race. He's had ups and downs, but he's back on the lead lap. Big shout out to TGJ. 23 has control. Tyler Smith of the Geico restart zone. And we are set and ready to rock to bring us home.
Green flag.
The Flemdogs Auto 300. $40 laps to go as we cross the start-finish line for green flag action side by side into 1 and 2. Smith has had a solid car, trying to keep it out front. Brandon Myers says, "No, friend, hold my beer. I got this." Again, if you're on Ford Watch, both Fords inside the top 10 currently. Meyer, Robin, Smith, Stroney, and Becker, your top 5. Oh, you see DeChamps and Gurley banging doors, giving each other the business. Oh, Larson and Gurley They're sheet metal, together in harmony for an X. Gonna back that ass up with the Donut Box Cup Series Instant Replay powered by meandyourmom.com. Get a blimp cam shot here. See what we got. Cue the music. Ah, there we go. See it in real time. See what happened. Oh, no. Just coming off the wall into the tri-oval. Putting the 51 around. And I feel for Josh, man. Oh, my God. I thought it wasn't as bad as it looked. But it definitely is not good for the 51. 51 trying to make something of this as the 29 bounced off the wall and just right into him. I mean, I don't know. The 29 really had nowhere to go. He could have stayed against the wall, maybe, but I mean, let's see it in real time and see how fast that went down. Yeah, meandyourmom.com. Use promo code DVDA for 50% off your first purchase. And that is unfortunate for both drivers involved in that. Hopefully they'll get a quick re-rack here and get back to green flag action. I'm sure Larson will blame the other guy still. I mean, I think you never know, bro. You never know. And maybe you do know. I don't know. I don't know these guys well enough to make an assumption like that. No, Rob, I love that you love meandyourmom.com. Make a logo for her someday. This is a legit website. It is a joke. It's purely satire, man. It's all satire. I make shit up as I go. That one I've had in my pocket for a few years. I've pitched it to Young Gravy. He did not respond to my DMs. It's unfortunate to be in business. I mean, what the fuck? Come on, pace car lights. Let's get off here. Let's turn them off. I want to get back to green flag racing. And it's been a good race. We've had a couple hiccups here as of late. But other than that, it's been a good-ass race up front all night long, battling for position. Again, this was kind of like a little bit of last week where the up front was just competitive as hell. And then the mid to end of the pack getting a little bit of trouble. But not so much here tonight. It's been pretty damn good. I'm a fan. Again, if you're a fan of road racing, next week, Monday night, at about 8 p.m. Central, or 8 p.m. Eastern, I should say. What am I talking about? Going to be at COTA for 40 laps at Circuit of the Americas. Looking forward to that. And then 2 weeks from tonight will be Richmond. He is missing a big... That's what I'm saying, man. Like, I want all the credit and none of the blame. That's it right there. I don't think it'd be kind of a hot button issue though now with like the P. Diddy thing happening and all that weird crap. Like that would just only seem to be truly sus. And that's not what I'm going for. It just sounds bad. Brandon Meyer going to be on the front row when we get back to green flag action. William Robinson's going to start on the outside of that row as well to lead us off. Row 2 is going to be Travis Stroney and Tyler Smith with Jesse Becker and Thomas Meeks in row 3. Row 4 is going to consist of David Mayo and Ivan Deschamps, with row 5 being Stephen Gurley Jr. and Eddie Rose. Music is wild. Jeez. Again, I'm glad you guys are hanging out with me tonight. as we get through this race together. Next week is going to be wild, man. Road course racing either goes one of two ways. One, it's action-packed with side-by-side racing near the front with good battling for the lead, or everybody's out on their own race, almost like watching golf. Let's see where this guy's progressing. Let's see where this guy is progressing. It could go one of both ways, which I hope it goes the one way where it's action up near the front, but you never know. You never know. All right, bringing down the music, getting back to green flag racing. Again, the 34 will have control in the Geico restart zone. Let's get back at it for the Flemdogs Auto 300 at Charlotte Motor Speedway for the Donut Box Cup Series.
Green flag, green flag.
Robbins and Meyer both having really good jumps to start. And off they go. Again, really decent jumps from the beginning of this restart, as they have ascended near the top. Flagship Motorsports has broken up a little bit. William Robbins trying to hold it down, and number 5 going the inside lane. Travis Stroney cut off from progressing and getting up towards the side door of Robbins and Meyer. Robbins going for it to the inside. Oh, looks like Deschamps out of rhythm, bouncing off the wall. Meyer hanging on that outside line. Travis Stroney able to get around the 5 as well. That allows the 55 and the 5 to match up here as we go forth. Independence Motorsports versus Flagship Motorsports right here, right now, 2x2. Josh Larson, if you're on the Josh Larson watch, he's already back up to 8th. Travis Stroney now going back the inside and resuming the lead away from Brandon Meyer. Caterpillar back out in front. Laps to go. The countdown begins. They don't have to pit. So unless a caution late comes up and they have an extra set of rights, or an extra set in general of 4, I hope this is it. For the sake of good racing everywhere, because there is good racing going on everywhere right now. Christian Taylor holding it down against Josh Larson. This is a battle for 8th you're watching right now. Ooh, little door banging. Larson trying to make that inside line stick. He's going to get up all up on that ass of the 96. And that battle will cease for the moment. We still have a battle up front, it looks like, between the 14 and the 34. Thomas Meeks now moving up into 3rd and trying to chase down Independence Motorsports. And you see he is marching. He is on his way. Another notable name again, started in 12th, now up to 5th, is the 97 of Jesse Becker. Having a good night here. Top 5 run, top 5 car, it seems. And having himself a day. Big shout out to David Mayo as well. Good top 10 run for Team Send It. Tyler Smith, I think he is an independent team. Trying to keep it inside the top 10. Battling in 9th, has Stephen Gurley to deal with in the 29. Not right now, as there's lap traffic in between them, but something that he may have to deal with down the road. We're working our way back up towards the front. Thomas Meeks again, slowly but surely catching the 14 and the 34. I think the 14 and 34 right now are just trying to run out some laps. Again, if you missed it, Josh Larson, 51, won stage 1 here tonight. And the 14 of Travis Stroney won stage 2. That'll be important to note here down the stretch. But Travis Stroney has led a good amount of laps here tonight and knows his way around Charlotte. He's proven it. But Thomas Meeks the third and William Robbins right here now. Meeks to the inside of the 34 of Brandon Meyer. Looks like he's going to take it without issue. Or did I speak too soon? I sure as hell did. Brandon Meyer battling on the outside. But it looks like Meeks should be able to clear him right here. Yes, he will. And as we go into the final stages of this race, we give you one last Baker's Does Buzz courtesy of your man, XHoRsEbOaTx. Bringing you back in for the Baker's Does Buzz with 13 laps to go. Travis Stroney fighting off the 5 and the 55 for the lead, doing everything he can to hold them off. That was insane right there. I thought he was going to get taken to the cleaners. Good, hard racing between the three of these guys right here, right now. Side by side for the lead. Stroney holding strong, but for how much longer? This is an onslaught. The pressure is here. If it wasn't here before, it sure as hell is now. Yeah, and Meeks and Robbins are teammates. That is something good to know between the 5 and the 55. 14 and 97 are not. Robbins, Stroney, Meeks, Becker, and Meyer, your top 5. 10 laps to go. Robbins is doing everything he can to get around the 14, and the 14 is just stubborn. Little wiggle, little love tap. Gonna force Stroney up and make Stroney give up the lead to Robbins. Look at these guys. You can tell they're driving hard right now. Making moves to hopefully write a big check. 8 laps to go here at Charlotte. Stroney back to the inside. This is a battle, if there ever was one here tonight, one of the best that we can offer. William Robbins, Travis Stroney, Thomas Meeks, Jesse Becker, Brandon Meyer, your top 5 right now. Josh Larson, David Mayo, Stephen Gurley, Tyler Smith, and Christian Taylor rounding out your top 10. 7 laps to go here for the Flemdogs Auto 300. And Stroney is having a battle of his life right now. Robbins hits the wall. Going to open the door for Stroney to the inside. Wow, 6 laps to go. This has been a nail biter, a barn burner. A pepperoni pizza. Stroney trying to get in between the 5 and the 55. This is getting real. 5 laps to go for the Donut Box Cup Series. Robbins, Stroney, Meeks, Becker, and Meyer, your top 5. Robbins looking like he's clear cut right now as your leader. Stroney stuck, as it would seem, on that bottom line, cannot get anything going. Meeks slowly working his way around, as is Jesse Becker. Cross the line, 3 wide now for second. Potentially didn't happen. Meeks hits the wall coming into the out of 4 into the tri-oval. 2 laps to go. 3 laps to go. It has been a battle all night. Stroney racing hard, but it may not be enough. 2 laps to go. William Robbins has had a hell of a night. Had to put the moves on to make the moves happen, but is your leader. But hold on just 1 second. The 97 of Jesse Becker coming. Coming for blood. Side by side, white flag coming across the start-finish line. This is the moment you've been waiting for, the conclusion of the Flemdogs Auto 300. Battling inside and out. Jesse Becker leads the most important lap. Oh, Robbins thrown into the wall. Jesse Becker, your winner of the Flemdogs Auto 300. Becker, Stroney, Robbins, Meeks, Meyer, Larson, Mayo, Gurley, Smith, and Rose, your unofficial top 10. '97's first win of the season, and I believe he only led a lap, which was the lap that counted. What a race. What a race. But your Southport, North Carolina native Jesse Becker, your winner tonight of the Flemdogs Auto 300. We're going to let him jam while we get ready for the post-race show right here on Casa de la Horse Boat. All right, bringing you back in for the Flemdogs Auto 300 right here at Charlotte Motor Speedway. Let's see if we can get a conversation with third place finisher. William, you got a copy, man.
Hey, I've got you, Tom.
Thank you, William, for joining the program. Again, congratulations on a third place finish. You made it fun to watch, man, towards the end. You and Stroney were battling neck and neck, side by side. Had to move him out of the way. Almost kind of like Dale Earnhardt. You just wanted to rattle his cage. You didn't want to wreck him. How are you feeling after this one?
Hey, man, that was a good run. Happy with a top 3 here. Definitely would have liked to have the win. Just didn't quite save enough there to have the to have that pace compete with Becker there on those last 2 laps. I saw him coming in the rear view and knew once he got there was no holding him up.
Yeah, he definitely had a fast car, and it seemed like all night you were hanging out there as well. Anybody you want to give a shout out to?
Yeah, as always, shout out to the wife. Again, she supports this thing, and then
Hell yeah.
the Southern Diesel Solutions car was great tonight. we'll come back at it next week and see if we can do better.
Well, congratulations, man. Go celebrate this, and yeah, see you next week at COTA.
All right, appreciate it, Tom.
That was William Robbins from Flagship Motorsports bringing home third place here tonight for the Flemdogs Auto 300. Let's see if we can talk to our second place finisher. Looks like Travis Stroney. Travis Stroney, we got you, my man.
Got you loud and clear. Loud and clear.
Dominating a lot of that race. Had a great car, battled up near the end. You had to literally get moved to get out of the way. I guess if you want to beat the man, you got to beat the man. And that's exactly kind of what happened here tonight, eh, bro?
Yeah, just, I mean, oh my God, that's battling these Flemdog guys and Jesse out of nowhere, man. I don't know where he came from. We were all roughly on the same strategy. I know all of our right fronts were hurting there towards the end, but oh my God, the battles back and forth. I go high, and then they send it low, and then we crisscross going into 3 and 4, and I mean, that was a lot of fun. I had a blast. Those guys are great to race against. Shout out to them. Shout out to Freedom. Shout out to Independence. Brandon with a good finish. I know he led a bunch of laps tonight too.
Yeah.
He was on a certain strategy run, but a late caution kind of nipped that one in the bud. But yeah, I'm curious to see where that went.
Well,
that was good watching.
Hey, man, you started in second, finished in second. You had a good run. I don't think you can ask for much more. Congratulations, man. We'll see you Friday night.
Thanks, Tommy Boyle. See you Friday.
Sounds good. And that was Travis Stroney of the 14 Machine bringing home a second place finisher. But now, if I got him, yeah, Storm Motorsports Man of the Hour and winner of the Flemdog Auto 300, Jesse Becker. Jesse, you led the most important lap that you needed tonight, and that was to win it. How are you feeling, man?
Let's go, man.
Let's go.
I didn't even, after that wreck with Meeks, and I ended up having to take a friggin' 4-minute tow and go down 2 laps. I never thought I'd be in the position to have a chance, and I guess the key word is perseverance. And I spent about half the race just putting around, keeping the car clean, trying to get my laps back. Had to take, I think, 2 waiver rounds. Didn't even get a lucky dog. And
you really had to work for it.
This is definitely, short of winning an actual Coke 600, this is probably my favorite win I've got on the sim. I mean, just the top 5, we were like, everybody had a shot at the end pretty much. So it was just, what a race, man.
Yeah, it was a wonderful finish. I enjoyed that. This will be thoroughly fun for y'all to watch on the playback. Anybody you want to give a shout out tonight, Jesse?
Just the whole field, man. Like after last week, it was a caution fest, and just to come in here and immediately change the tone with running a stage 1 just completely green flag and only a handful of cautions tonight. It's just, the longest race of the year to just have about 4 or 5 cautions that weren't stages, and only, 2 of those were just people having connection issues and stuff. So I'm just proud of everybody in here. Thanks to my wife for putting up with me and letting me come and race this stuff. And my teammate Christian Taylor, he's always in here supporting me, so it's definitely glad to have him around. And this is a, you can cuss on here. Fuck yeah, man. Like,
yeah,
I'm just so
yeah.
stoked. Like,
yeah, absolutely.
That was a hell of a finish, and I'm just proud of everybody.
You couldn't have asked, for that to conclude the way that it did. That final restart, you could feel that there was tension. You felt that people who didn't think they had an opportunity got re-racked up yet again one more time. You got the fresh 4, you got the fuel, you got everything you needed, and you brought it home, man. Congratulations, brother.
Thank you, man. Thank you.
That was Jesse Becker, 97 Machine, bringing Storm Motorsports up to the front with a win tonight at Charlotte Motor Speedway. And again, thank you so much to Donut Box and everybody at the Donut Box Racing League. Tonight was amazing, and I cannot wait for the next one again. Next week, we're going to be at COTA, Circuit of the Americas, for 40 laps. We'll flash the schedule one more time, just so you know. 2 weeks will be at Richmond, Darlington, and Indianapolis. Again, I am Tom Torrey, a.k.a. The Horseboat, thanking you for watching the Donut Box Cup Series here live every Monday night, bringing you all the hot action, and then you can watch it on YouTube. Look up Donut Box Racing League. Again, thank you again. Have a wonderful evening. Again, we'll see you back here Friday night for the Gears Cup Series for the Southern 250 at the track Too Tough to Tame at Darlington. Again, this was the Flemdogs Auto 300 at Charlotte Motor Speedway for the Donut Box Cup Series right here in Casa de la Horseboat. And one more time, have a wonderful week. We'll see you on the next one.